Hello everyone, my name is Brandon and welcome to Retro Reactions, a place where I experience amazing music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s for the very first time. And today we're going to be time traveling back to 1973 to listen to the highly requested The Cinema Show and Isle of Plenty by Genesis. Here we go. Nice guitar work. Yeah. Very peaceful so far.
Home from work, our Juliet clears her morning meal. She dabs her skin with pretty smells concealing to appeal. I will make my bed, she said, her turn to go. Can she be late for her cinema show? Cinema show.
Wow. Different.
Romeo locks his basement flat and scurries up the stair. With head held high and floral tie, a weekend millionaire. I will make my bed with her tonight, he cries. Can he fail, armed with his chocolate surprise? Take a little trip back with Father Tiresias. Listen to the old one speak of all he has lived through. I have crossed between the poles. For me there's no mystery. Once a man like the sea I raged. Once a woman like the earth I gave. But there is in fact more earth than sea.
Like that. Flute. Trying to listen here.
Father Tyrese, yes. Listen to the old one speak of all he has lived through. I have crossed between the poles. For me there's no mystery. Once a man like the sea I raged. Once a woman like the earth I gave. But there is in fact more earth than sea.
Ooh. Wow, big change up there. I think I'll pause it there. I had a feeling it was going to change up, and it's only about halfway, and I think it's going to change up even more. What an interesting song. It's kind of different than the Firth of Fifth that I heard. This one's very relaxing, soft, and light, I would say. It's surprisingly happy throughout. A lot of major chords going on, and the whole feeling I'm getting this first half is that I'm floating in the clouds. With Pink Floyd, I feel like I'm floating in space, but in this one, I'm floating in the clouds, and the way the guitar parts are written, it's putting me in a trance. It's kind of like repetitive, kind of like arpeggios going on, and putting me in a trance. Loving it so far, and I love that it's kind of different. It's actually on the same album as Firth the Fifth, but it's kind of different in the feeling than that one. And like I said, I was surprised by the light, soft, relaxing, gentle nature so far. But they're going to switch it up right now, as I just heard, and it'll probably turn into something totally different. Peter Gabriel's vocals, great. To me, they're kind of softer and not so much in the foreground of this song. I know that's intentional. And it was interesting that he did some falsetto work in this one. Not sure if I've ever heard that before. Got to listen back to Sledgehammer and see if they have falsetto notes. I don't think so. So appreciate that, and let's see what they have to deliver next. Yes, organ. Always love it. Yes. Ooh. Didn't expect that. It's really driving this part. Tony and Phil, amazing right now. Dang, the drums are so soft here. Oh, yes, 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 yes. That was very Steve Miller. That part is so different. It almost sounds Spanish, the guitar. Tony, so amazing. Almost like a heavenly choir going on there. Wow.
I don't belong here, said old Tessa out loud. Easy love, there's the safe way home. Thankful for her fine fair discount. Tess cooperates. Still alone in oh hello.
Is that falsetto again?
See the deadly nightshade grow.
Okay, well, that was a lot to take in, but I obviously loved it already. It's another journey song. It took me on a journey somewhere, but this time it was a different journey than Firth of Fifth. As always, I love the use of their chords here. Well written, this whole thing. And so here's the thing. In the beginning, I said I was floating in the clouds. It gave me that feeling. Well, I didn't realize that it was taking me somewhere up into the sky, because when the keyboard solo came in, I believe it was Tony's solo towards the mid to late part of the song. By that point, I was in a different planet. That's what that reminded me of. And again, this whole journey that they take you on, and I think each listener has their own journey, which makes it even better because everyone interprets it a little different, interprets the music a little different, how it affects them, and everyone gets to have their own specific journey specific to them, and I think that's great. But we all love and share these songs collectively. I also love that these bands are making these masterpieces so long because they really need the time to do that. They really need the time to get the song across, take you on that journey. They couldn't do a song like this in 5 minutes, it wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't be complete. So I love that. Way back then, I don't know what record companies thought about that. I always thought that the older you got, the shorter the songs had to be. I remember in the Queen movie, they wouldn't take Bohemian Rhapsody because it was too long in their opinion at 5-6 minutes. So I don't think these were singles necessarily. I have no idea, but I don't know if the record companies had any issues with these 11 to 20, 25-minute songs, but I'm so glad that they stuck to their artistic integrity and made it the way they made it because it's perfect. Anyway, the ending, not sure what to make of that yet. It was a nice slow down and recap of the song musically, but I actually read the lyrics beforehand. I'm going to go back to them in a minute, and I wasn't sure about those end lyrics. I guess some people call it a rant. He seems to be complaining about prices or talking about prices going up and down of goods, and I know it's a commentary on the government, I believe, at that time. Again, don't know too much about it other than the snippets I've read, and it's strange because on those vocal parts, I could barely hear what he was saying. It was kind of muffled, jumbled together, and in the background. So I wonder if it was meant to be that way, where you couldn't really decipher what he was saying. And if it was truly a rant by Peter, that would kind of make sense, I guess, to deliver it that way. But anyway, loved it on first take. It's one of these songs that's going to take many listens just to really get a feel for the whole thing musically and lyrically. So I will be back. Going to check out the lyrics. So I did a little research about the god that's discussed here in this song. I don't know how to pronounce it, but possibly Tiresias. And I found out the backstory to him and how he changed sexes, and interesting little story there. But I find it interesting that I was taken to a different planet in this song, and here we are talking about Greek gods and mythology. So I kind of see a little correlation there. The first half is quite different. It seems to be just a love story, a man and his partner getting together in love, very descriptive, and kind of simple there. I know it can be interpreted with the metaphors and everything, but to me it's a simple love story. But then when you tie it together with the second half of the song regarding Tiresias and his backstory, it becomes more about man versus woman, battle of the sexes, and knowing the story of, again, what he went through, the whole 70-30 thing, which you probably already know about, and woman versus man. It makes sense that it's just kind of comparing the two sexes. Even the metaphor that Peter sings about there is in fact more earth than sea, which again, the 70-30, it's all in there, and it's just basically correlating this concept with this concept, this Greek mythology with a common human experience of falling in love, and man versus woman. And I find that interesting. Again, all part of the journey. The lyrics are always part of the journey. But in this one, again, the music was a huge part of the journey. Even without the words, it took me somewhere. I told you where it took me, and loved it. So again, have to listen to these many times just to get it all. Even the ones I've heard several times, I still haven't grasped it. They're not ingrained in my soul and brain yet. And I just can't wait to listen to them on a regular basis so that they can be in my memory, in my soul, in my brain, in my heart, all the above. So anyway, wonderful song. And as always, very easy to give it a 5 golden records. Keep in mind, these opinions may change the more I listen, and if anything, they'll probably go up in most cases. But 5 golden records is just about as good as you can get. because I'd consider this another Genesis masterpiece. Oh, and to be honest, the last section of the song, Isle of Plenty, I don't quite get those words as far as how they relate to the other lyrics of Cinema Show. So I'm not even going to try to guess right this second. So maybe some people down below can let me know what those lyrics mean and how they relate to the other song, Cinema Show. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed this. And I look forward to many more beautiful masterpieces by Genesis. Thanks to all your suggestions and my research. So, I will see you next time in the past.